This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a movie theater, and I've seen Secret Honor, a dramatic monologue film from Robert Altman, released back in 1984, focusing on Richard Nixon, who at this point has resigned from the presidency and been pardoned for the Watergate scandal. Alone in a study and surrounded by presidential paintings and a closed circuit camera, he monologues to a tape recorder in an effort to create a brief memoir of his life and a reconciliation of the final few years of his time as president. He ends up veering into tangents about his family and upbringing, most of all his mother, or about those he saw as political enemies, looking down upon them and putting the blame on them for his problems, claiming further that it was the actions of others more powerful than him who had influenced his time as president, and even more so, Watergate. Being a monologue and an adaptation of a stage play, the movie foregoes a harder narrative and works more as a character study. In fact, Secret Honor even opens with a text crawl that pretty much spells this out, admitting that some of the presented information has been fictionalized in an effort to find a greater truth about Nixon. But it's still an excellent study, supported by Philip Baker Hall, who loses himself in this and delivers a truly amazing performance driven by raw energy and repressed emotion finally bubbling over to the surface. The camera floats around Hall, keeping the focus on him almost completely, and rarely, if ever, letting him out of its sight, in a way reflective of the public attention Nixon had received, and expressed more immediately through the silent portraits in the walls of his study, which he speaks directly towards throughout the film. Silence does factor a lot into the movie, and it's these quiet moments that allow him to reach a more human part of his mind, though he will turn around and ask to remove those personal sections from the record. I will say that these silences may stretch a bit long for some people, or at least for myself, especially given the otherwise non-stop speech being delivered. Secret Honor does keep an eye on the other elements of the single room where the film takes place, not only making it feel bigger than it may actually be, but a part of a larger world just outside of his door, adding to Nixon's paranoia when he suspects somebody may be ready to interrupt. The only other moving element within the room are the images on closed-circuit TV, which also focus on Nixon and allow him to see himself in action, in a way giving himself an audience to perform for. It could even provide a final metaphor for the film, in that for all of what he is saying and doing and recording and raving about, in the end, this whole performance is just Nixon's way of trying to reconcile the actions that have led to his fall from grace, the state he is now in, and just how much blame he is willing to actively accept. Secret Honor, Robert Altman, 1984. 3.5 stars. I recommend checking it out if you want. Anyways, that's it for this review. If you liked it, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews later. I wonder how difficult it would be to record a monologue around this place. I mean, I have a camera. I guess the hard part would be writing something